Excellent. If Dr. Inderjeet feels comfortable, I think we can start now.
Yes, Gaurav, I think let's start.
Stupidity. I keep making excuses for you.
Okay. So good afternoon to the audience and everyone over here. To compensate for the Sunday afternoon siesta, which we are all missing, I am offering you a cocktail of vitamin D and iron today. So sit back, enjoy this healthy drink, and we'll get going. Vitamin D, we know, is the sunshine vitamin, and this is the what you call as a workhorse nutrient, which does look after your bones. But other than that, it is considered to be a magic pill, which is supposed to do a lot of other things in your body: prevent infections, allergies, increase your immunity, your weight loss, uplift your mood, and so many other things. Now, whether this is all true, it's a myth or reality, we will find out. Also, in a country like India, where sunshine is so rampant, it is ample sunshine we have, yet the percentage of children and adults who are coming up with vitamin deficiency is increasing every day. So what is the reason for that? And soon we will have vitamin deficiency coming up to epidemic proportions. Would fortification of food, milk, provide us with our daily doses? Now, to answer all these questions and lots of other questions which are there in your minds, we have with us Dr. Sushma Rawat. She is a senior pediatrician from Indore. And very interestingly, Dr. Rawat, after pursuing allopathy for more than nearly 2 decades, has now shifted to holistic therapy using Ayurveda and naturopathy. And she focuses on vitamin D and lifestyle modifications. She has her own website, and she also has 2 books to her credit. One is Golden Rays on vitamin D. So, Dr. Rawat, a very warm welcome from the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, Chandigarh, and we would now request you to start your masterclass on vitamin D.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for such nice words. I'll start my session. Friends, in next 40 minutes, I shall tell you that vitamin D is a magic wand in physician's hand. The slide sharing is a problem. Dr. Arun, slide sharing is a problem.
Ma'am, can you stop and restart the sharing? Oh, it's working.
Yeah, I think
it's working now. It's working.
It's working. It's working.
Okay.
It was going. Yeah.
No, it is not. It is not.
You can see the slides. It's working.
No, but
It's
it
full
is
screen
not
right now.
changing. It is
Maybe
not
there's a
changing.
lag. You can just click on the slide first. Just click once on the slide and then it will move.
Yes.
It's working. Yes. Okay.
Now, the friends,
Thanks.
I see vitamin D as a magic wand in physician's hand. Professor M.F. Hollick, some 20 years back, said that vitamin D deficiency is a silent pandemic and it is recognized very late. Every one of us is vitamin D deficient until proved otherwise. Just leave some people like lifeguards at seashore, boatmen, and fishermen who are exposed to sunlight throughout the day. Friends, when did it start? When man started covering himself with clothes all over and started to choose an indoor life. But still, India is very lucky to have sunshine almost 10 months a year, which other countries do not. patients asked, doctor, why do you test only vitamin D, not others? So I explained them this is the only vitamin which is not available in diet. Otherwise in diet, you get all other vitamins very, very easily. So as my confidence increased, my prescription pattern started changing. And finally, I landed up in only having prescription of vitamin D, lifestyle modifications, and sometimes vitamin B12. And to tell you the fact, I really saw treasure in my practice. Other medicines came only as emergency. And I gradually started replacing antibiotics, anti-epileptics, anti-asthmatics, anti-psychiatric medicines, anti-allergics, and most importantly, friends, I'm like very happy to tell you I can replace steroids also. There are many doctors who have dedicated all their life in studying vitamin D. To our left is Dr. M.F. Hollick, who is the father of vitamin D researches. Then Dr. J.J. Cannell, who is the founder of Vitamin D Council, and he himself is a psychiatrist. And Dr. McGrath is a super specialist in vitamin D chapter. He only studies effects of vitamin D on brain. And Dr. Reinhold is also a super specialist because he only studies the dose of vitamin D which is effective. And this is Dr. Wagner, who says such a simple solution for all complicated diseases in human life. And I think all other vitamins must be envying vitamin D because such a great pleasure vitamin D has written books only on it. Since when I started focusing only on vitamin D, one of my very good friends who is an ophthalmologist in Ireland and a very genius and good human being, she advised me to make all other things constant and just add vitamin D to the patient and see the results. But friends, I did not agree. I told him, let me look myself as an car mechanic and I'm a carburetor specialist because हमेशा ऐसे ही आता है कि मैडम कार्बोरेटर में कचरा फंस गया. So I have 100 cars. I check the carburetor, correct it, and put it back. Will the car work? No, it will not work. Why? Because the car will work only when all other elements in the car are in right place and working very well. So same as vitamin D. I will not supplement only vitamin D to a patient. I will like to correct all other things in him, and then only his body will come back to a normal condition and the disease will go away.
Ma'am, can I just interrupt you for a moment? Please, all the participants, mute your mics. There's a lot of disturbance. Please go on, ma'am.
Friends, today I want to
he wasn't the one who liked Helen.
Turns out he likes Janet and
He's not back. I must see him.
Can I request Dr. Arun to mute?
Yeah.
Dr. Jyotsna to mute, please. Dr. Sumit Bansal, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Garg, please mute your
Everybody thought
mics.
he liked Helen.
Are you watching it or no?
Yoginder Khanna, Dr. Yoginder.
Can I start now, madam?
I think
Yes,
so.
please.
I think so,
Yes, please.
So friends, today I want to give you a bird's eye view of vitamin D effects from birth till death. So I start 3 months before conception. Why? Because I want to get best quality ovum, best quality sperms. And then after all stages of mitosis and meiosis should occur in a perfect manner to avoid any chromosomal anomaly or congenital malformations. And then looking at vitamin D deficiency in pregnancy, it predisposes to preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, preterm births, and small for gestational age. And I myself have observed there was a lady whose first 2 pregnancies were with preeclampsias. In 3rd pregnancy, I supplemented her with vitamin D, and to my surprise, the pregnancy went on absolutely normally. And friends, I never wanted to enter into infertility, but it so happened that the person I treated as a child came to me at the age of 30 years, and this lady started crying incessantly. I said, what has happened? She said, 5 years of marriage and I have not conceived. So what could I have done to her? I just gave her vitamin D and lifestyle modifications, and to my surprise, she conceived the next month. And this cycle repeated, and I have some good 15 patients who were spending lakhs and lakhs rupees, got pregnant within almost 3 to 4 months. And then I went and studied what is vitamin D doing in infertility. All the endocrine glands have vitamin D receptors, and all the sex hormones are released very nicely when the vitamin D levels are absolutely normal. Friends, imagine when there is no infection during pregnancy, and that happens when we supplement vitamin D. The immune system becomes very strong. Imagine pregnancy without torch infections, all fetal organs developing very well, and the labor is also eased because vitamin D receptors are present on uterus also, uterine muscles also. And I had a chance to compare 2 pregnancies of a lady, first without vitamin D and second with vitamin D. I asked her, what was the difference? She said, during pregnancy, without vitamin D, I was bedridden, and with, I was active throughout. And coming to the child, the mandible was so well developed with vitamin D supplemented pregnancy that I can recognize a child's face and tell, yes, this child's mother had got vitamin D during pregnancy. The night cries were less, and for the brain functions, she took 30 minutes to explain me that the understanding power of the second child is better. He has quick actions. His maths is very good. He is an independent person. Work pattern is excellent. He has a sense of responsibility, inquisitiveness, memory is very good, handwriting is very good, and he's creative. I said, stop, yaar, abhi bahut ho gaya. Infections, although both the children were supplemented with vitamin D during their childhood, but the one who got vitamin D during pregnancy had lesser infections. Any guess for this picture? This is Maharshi Arvind from Pondicherry. He has written a great epic poem named Savitri, and to write it, he took 40 years. And a very beautiful line from his poem is, in a tiny gene, a thinking being is shut, which means that we have to work right from the beginning if we have to have a normal human being. So there are diseases which are imprinted during pregnancy if vitamin D is deficient, and one of them is autism. And Dr. J.J. Cannell, as you had learned, that he's a psychiatrist and he's a vitamin D researcher, he says the dozens of genes are dysregulated in brain when there is developmental vitamin D deficiency. The brain size increases, enlarged ventricles are there. Multiple sclerosis, the imprinting is right from pregnancy. Schizophrenia, the imprinting is right from pregnancy, and also for type 1 diabetes mellitus. So friends, it is so important to supplement vitamin D during pregnancy. As a pediatrician, we will get less of wheezing, less of upper respiratory tract infections. Mental health issues will not come, and IgE specific allergens and eczemas would not happen. This one beautiful Australian study says that developmental vitamin D deficiency leads to language impairment. And I want to tell you, friends, that I have more than 50 toddlers with speech delay. I supplemented with vitamin D and lifestyle, and I had amazing recovery in speech. So what is the dose during pregnancy? Journals say it is 4,000, but I always go for 6,000 per day. And if you happen to supplement vitamin D to preterm, you will find the sucking power improves. If you supplement vitamin D to mother, lactating mother, the lactation improves after one injection. There's a 10 days gap, and I always find on 11th day. But don't forget to add other lifestyle modification also. As a newborn, I found there are better bowel movements, and so there is less night crying, less cossetting, and now anti-colic medicines are out of my prescription. The best thing vitamin D could have done to children is it has strengthened the immune system. Every cell in the immune system has vitamin D receptors, and supplemented very nicely with lifestyle, there are absolutely no infections, no antibiotics throughout the childhood. It is now so easy to control healthy baby convulsions during newborn period. And in hyperbilirubinemia of newborns, what I think everybody does is wants to increase the bowel movements. I also supplement with vitamin D, and I find it very easy to control hyperbilirubinemia. And there are 2 studies which states the same. So what should be the dose in newborns? This study says you start with 1,600, and you will get a level of 32, which to me is less still, but I start with 1,600 and I gradually increase. So when my child is 6 months, I go to 6,000 international units per day. So let's come to 6 months to 2 years, and we see there are lot of infections. Children keep on getting antibiotics, getting hospitalized. When you put them on vitamin D and good lifestyle modifications, there are absolutely no infection, no hospitalization, and most importantly, no antibiotics in their life. And I think we have to rewrite the growth, the development chart for children who are vitamin D supplemented, because their development is before 1 to 2 months as quoted in books. The brain development is excellent with vitamin D. You listen to their questions and you will be like zapped. And there are very many studies which say that you start supplementing vitamin D to infants and you will find type 1 diabetes incidence decreasing. And this study shows from infancy to adulthood, supplement vitamin D and the type 1 diabetes incidence decreases by 80%. Now coming to 2 to 10 years group, and we see a lot of these asthma, very nicely controlled. Friends, lot of conferences are going at present because we just had World Asthma Day, and it is extremely easy to control asthma. In fact, remove the root cause of asthma from children's life. Vitamin D and lifestyle modifications, I just take 1 month in children and 6 months to 1 year in adults to remove asthma from their life. Then infections we have talked, and autoimmune. I had a chance to explain link between autoimmune diseases and vitamin D. And in this conference only, I met Dr. Gaurav Gupta. जैसे किसी मेले में बिछड़े हुए भाई बहन मिल जाते हैं. Then let me tell you, there are 3 stages in human life which are very important because they are the stages of highest requirement of vitamin D. First, you all know, is pregnancy. Second, infancy, and third is puberty. And these are the times of highest growth and highest disease susceptibility is there. Coming to adolescence, you know that there are a lot of mental issues, behavioral disorders. So I had a child who had terrible behavioral problems at the age of 12, and I thought this child is never going to get all right. But at the age of 15, she topped her class, and I was like surprised. This child can also improve with vitamin D. And why does the child improve? Probably myelination must have improved. Friends, cerebral white matter is vitamin D responsive. Oligodendrocytes have vitamin D receptors, and myelination depends on vitamin D along with many other factors. Vitamin D and depression, lot of studies, 15 RCTs in this meta-analysis shows that it works very well. I had also very good experience treating depression with vitamin D. And you know, there are many problems. I just want to discuss one in adolescence, and that is drug abuse. I had an adolescent who was an engineering college student, and he was taking drugs. And there was a lot of pressure on me that send him to rehab center, send him to rehab center. I decided not to do it. I supplemented with vitamin D and tried to improve the lifestyle. In 1.5 years, he had such a nice improvement. He left drugs. He improved in his intellectual levels, in his physical performance, and most importantly, he started caring for his parents now. And parents ask me, how long do we supplement? So at present, I should have given answer that lifelong you have to take vitamin D. But avoiding that answer, I tell them supplement till 20 years at least, because the white matter continues to grow till 20 years, and the gray matter of occipital and temporal lobe also grow up to that age. And friends, I really want all pediatricians to develop a strategy to handle this problem. Adolescents facing road traffic accidents and death. From my side, I can give 3 things. One is vitamin D, second is lifestyle modification, and third, tell them to be independent, to earn by themselves so that they are focused. Now coming to a different subject, migraine. Why I had to find another route, another way, or another path to treat migraine. I saw a lady taking anti-migraine medicines continuously and landed up with dialysis. So I tried the other way, vitamin D and lifestyle modification. And friends, you have to believe me that migraine gets all right for life within 2 months. And most importantly, the body comes back to normal. That is, the excess adipose tissue goes away, excess anger goes away, the person is muscular, stamina increases, and intellectual performance increases. Can you guess what is this plant name? This is Shatavari. And like Shatavari has 100 roots, I tell all diseases have many roots, and we have to identify each and every root and remove it. Like in adults, we have the most common thing, hypertension and diabetes. And you know, at present, what is happening? We give them medicine, we lower the blood pressure value, lower the sugar values. Still the person after 20 years has damage of all organs like nephropathy or retinopathy. Why does it happen? Because we have not removed the root cause. And what is the root cause? One of the root causes vitamin D, and other root causes lies in lifestyle modification, and third probably must be psychology. And I take just 3 months to remove diabetes from an adult's life, and 6 months to 1 year for hypertension to remove from root cause. And this is a women's special chapter. And you all know the most important problem they have is backache. And believe me, after 1 vitamin D injection, the backache is relieved within hours. The waddling gait takes 3 to 6 months. And I really feel very interesting in finding out what time this disease will take to get cured with vitamin D and lifestyle modifications. And friends, this is Nobel Prize winner Dr. Alexis Carrel, famous for his sutures, vascular sutures. He has written a beautiful book, Man the Unknown. And in this book, he has asked many questions. And one of the questions was why there is a decline in intelligence in women after 40. I don't want to tell you my age at present, but if he was there, I would have answered him. Sir, one of the answer is vitamin D and the second is lifestyle. He also said he gave many quotations. One of the quotations says, all great men are gifted with intuition. They know without reasoning or analysis what they need to know. Friends, neither I am great nor I am a man. I am a simple woman, but my ego has been, I recognized my ego and lowered it with help of J. Krishnamurti, and therefore I could listen to Ayurvedic doctors and naturopathy doctors and homeopathic doctors and take the gist from them, not the drugs, and combine all of them to make a holistic therapy, which I am enjoying for past 12 years. Obesity, childhood obesity, central obesity of adults. Friends, adipose tissues have vitamin D receptors, and supplement vitamin D and sun bath, and you will realize the change that the person is losing his adipose tissue, gaining in his bone density, gaining in his muscle mass. So the weight number doesn't change because what we are removing is a very light matter, adipose tissue, and what we are putting in bone density as muscle mass is a heavy tissue. So weight may actually increase, but the looks become like a macho man. And now coming to the last thing, geriatric. And you will ask why pediatricians have to study the geriatric problems, because one day we have to pass through this tunnel. And better start caring for our knee joints from today, because knee joint replacement is not the answer. Because when the knees are destroyed, the whole body is abnormal, and then the knees are destroyed. So we have to correct the whole bodies, and knees will automatically get corrected. And I had a lot of experience for this. Backache, we have already discussed. Frequent falls are because of muscle weakness. All muscles have vitamin D receptors. And for fracture neck fever, I want to tell you one story. When my mother was 80 years old, she slipped on the staircases. And I called my orthopedic friend. I said, come urgently, my mother had a fall from stairs. He said, get her to the hospital, I want to do an X-ray. I said, you please come home. So he finally agreed because he was a junior, he had to. And he was surprised that there was no fracture neck femur because my mother was getting vitamin D for years together. And that was, like an achievement to me. Other fractures are prevented. Senile dementia, because vitamin D protects myelin and it is overall a brain protector. Hearing problems are less because the auditory nerve myelination is preserved throughout the life, and there are many studies linking cancer to vitamin D. So people will think, and this is a common question asked, how come you use vitamin D in all diseases? Because vitamin D receptors are present in all organs of human body. And the beauty of vitamin D is it gives a full recovery no matter how long the person was vitamin D deficient. I got this child, 7 years old child of a mother who was poor, widow, and had subnormal IQ. Actually, the social worker had brought the child, and the child of 7 years was in fetal position. I gave him vitamin D, lifestyle modifications. The child gradually opened up. Development started coming in like 1.5 months, 3 months, one by one. And I was like surprised that there is no residue left. Unlike vitamin B12, where the nerve damage is permanent if you leave the person with vitamin B12 deficiency. I cannot complete the list without कोरोना का नमस्कार करते हुए मेरे को बोलना ही पड़ेगा. क्योंकि जैसे हम देवों से डरते हैं, हम दानवों से भी डरेंगे, तो मैं कोरोना से भी डरती हूँ। और डॉक्टर G.B. Grant, he is, for decades he's working for vitamin D, but his beauty is, in March we had corona, and he published within 2 to 3 months, he's published 3-4 papers stating that vitamin D can help in corona. And what do I do when I get a corona patient? Friends, अभी थोड़ा सा दिल थाम के सुनना. I home quarantine them. I give them sufficient vitamin D. All other vitamins are completed, and then I go for complete bowel evacuation. And only fruits and vegetables till the fever subsides. Deep breathing for 10 minutes every 1 to 3 hours. No other medicines, no steroids, no antiviral, no antibiotics. And 100% of my patients got all right till date. And I hope the results continue further. Coming to the most important story in the chapter of vitamin D and the story of vitamin D dose, the story which is in evolution. Yes, we started from 200 international units, and now we are on 10,000 international units per day. The technique, just master this technique. You have to use the optimum dose without producing toxicity. And there are 3 simple ways: sunbath, oral, and injectable. Dr. Reinhold Witt says, I told you he spent all his life studying vitamin D dose only. He says 10,000 international units per day is safe. And 10,000 is not a big dose. It is just 250 micrograms. What is normal? Normal is not 30. Normal is what levels we get in fishermen and lifeguards at seashore, and it is 60 to 71. 17 vitamin D experts endorse it. And what is the toxicity? Toxicity is beyond 150 nanograms. Hypercalcemia is the biggest thing. So what is the normal range? And this I found out for myself. 70 to 150 is normal. And Dr. J.J. Cannell gave a very beautiful sentence. I really like this. Worrying about vitamin D toxicity is like worrying about drowning when you are dying of thirst in a desert. Friends, the dose has always to be tailor-made. It changes with age. In pregnancy we have to increase, puberty we have to increase. It changes disease-wise also. In migraine, we have to give the lowest dose, epilepsy, the highest dose. Season-wise, if there is good sun bath, we can halve the dose. If vitamin D receptor concentration is very good, we can decrease the dose. If vitamin D receptor polymorphism is there, we will have to increase the dose. And then lastly, I have studied 3 states of Ayurveda: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata is like knee, joint pains. We have to give highest dose. Pitta is like migraine and acidity, lowest dose. And Kapha is like asthma. We have to give moderate dose. So we have to observe each patient when we are supplementing vitamin D to them and change according to the response. So we really have to have an eagle's eye. And how do I practically monitor them? I give them red flag signs. If you feel very hot, if you are constipated, come back to me. And what I will do to them, if there is too much of heat, frequent cold baths, lower abdomen cold water napkin. This is a magic trick in naturopathy. Gulkand, Avle ka murabba, rasgulla, this is from Ayurveda, works very well. And for constipation, I advise them plain water enema twice a day till bowel movements come to normal. Friends, plain water enema is from naturopathy, and it has given me very nice results. And these are some observations in my clinic. You will really like them. There was a 2-year child. I was supplementing him coolly in Indore with 6,000 international units per day regularly till he went to another city, and he showed my prescription to him. And the pediatrician said, what are you doing? Go immediately and get vitamin D tests. This is a toxic dose. And the patient immediately went to laboratory, got the report within 2 hours, and it was 70 nanograms, which was lower limit of normal. And this was 4 years child getting 6,000 international units for long. He stopped taking vitamin D for 1.5 months. And he was really curious to know now what are the levels. The levels came down to 20 because vitamin D is consumed every day, like food is consumed every day, and it has to be replenished every day to our body. To an obese person, I gave 6 lakhs injection with a very long 1.5-inch needle. We don't have to give in adipose tissue. We have to go to the muscles and inject vitamin D, and tested him after 3 months, just 37 nanograms. I consider 70 as normal, so he was half the way. And this is 12 years old child with epilepsy with 5 nanograms vitamin D to start with. I gave her 3 lakhs injection, and this patient I'm treating on Zoom. On 20th day, the child increased only by 13, and after each 20th day I get it tested, the increment is 12 to 15 nanograms per ml. Because in this patient, with epilepsy, the child is getting anti-epileptic drugs, and we all know that with anti-epileptic drugs, the vitamin D catabolism is very, very fast. So with every child, there is a different dose. And this is very interesting. Policeman, he was, chasing a thief. He jumped on the thief from first floor and broke many of his bones. And to combat the pain and get healing, he took vitamin D sachet, 1 sachet per day for 3 months, not my advice. And he came to me for the first time. I immediately got his vitamin D tested, and it was just 120. 150 is upper limit of normal. Then I lowered it to 3 sachet per week. And then I wanted to lower it to 2 sachet per week. He said, no, the pain control is not good with 2 sachet per week. So he shifted to 3 sachet again. See, friends, how vitamin D is replacing painkillers. And his son, who is a marathon runner, and he himself is a researcher, biochemist, he on his own took 8 injections in a year to win the marathon. My God, when he told me, I asked him to do all the tests. He did not do a single test. There was clinically no side effect. But I advised him to take only 2 injections per year, 1 in winter, 1 in rainy season. That is what I am following for last 15 years for myself and my family and all my patients. And this was an eye-opener to me. This was 3 months old child with convulsions. And the mother was, mother's grief was more than the present situation. I have never seen a mother crying so much with 1 convulsion. Her eyes had become like table tennis balls, all red. And she was not stopping. I said, what has happened here? This is just 1 convulsion. She said, no, the same thing had started for my elder son. And now he's a log of wood on bed for past 8 years. And this child also has not developed. He should have developed for 3 months. I gave this child vitamin D injection 6 lakhs. And at that time, there were no vitamin D testing in my city. And the story is good 15 years back. There was no effect. The child was still convulsing. Then I went for all screening, testing, giving magnesium, giving B6, nothing happened. And then I took a courage and I started supplementing orally also, 6,000 international units per day. And to my surprise, convulsion stopped and the child developed normally. Friends, you will see all videos of my conferences, and I have recorded separately also in my YouTube channel, in my website. They are on obesity, type 1 diabetes, Hirschsprung disease, very interesting, celiac disease, mental retardation, dose, and National Conference 2014, National Conference 2020 on autoimmune. And this book I had written on vitamin D and epilepsy. It is available on Amazon. And I just want to tell you that with vitamin D and lifestyle, the patient's whole body comes back to normal, especially the brain. The depression is gone. stamina improves, he is back as a normal person. But path with it is like we are just seeing the control of seizures, and the person's life, quality of life, we are not observing. And this is the second book which I wrote on sun bath, the golden rays, and I poured my 12 years experience of taking sun bath on myself. I really wish the whole world believes in vitamin D and lifestyle modifications, friends, because first of all, we will have a very good quality of life. Second, we will decrease the intake of drugs, which is harming human beings as well as at the environments. And thirdly, we will be better financially placed as a country. I'm giving thanks in advance because I know you will only believe when you go through this path and you observe yourself. If you have self-realization, then only you will believe in the system. But I really wish all of you to believe in it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rawat, for this very interesting and different masterclass. This masterclass has given us a lot of food for thought, especially regarding the doses which you have used in your patients, because standard textbooks teach us the doses which are the upper limit of doses, and the toxic doses and the prophylactic doses, the treatment doses are much lower than what you have specified. So most of the questions which we have on the chat, in the chat box, are relating to the doses which you have used, and people want to know whether you have, checked the vitamin D levels in those patients where you were using very high doses.
Yes. See, my city got vitamin D testing facilities just 10 years back. But I had started with vitamin D 15 years back. So first 5 years I had to do without testing. But as soon as I got my facility in my city, I'm checking them regularly. And this patient of epilepsy, I said, the child is in Chennai. I'm treating him on Zoom. I'm getting vitamin D checked every time before the next injection.
And have you ever come across anybody who has crossed into the toxic levels?
No, no.
None of them with your doses?
No. Why? Because, one of my philosophy teacher told me, love for your patient will tell you which path to very safely. Because, this is our responsibility and this is my new path. Why should I go and jump into well?
There is a question about the duration of sun exposure in children for vitamin D.
Okay, so my book explains it all, but I will give the answer in short. Newborns, I start after 7th day of life. Always cover eyes and head. They have not to get sun bath. And then I start with 5 minutes. The milder sun rays. 5 minutes, and as the child tolerates, it is like acclimatization. Tolerates, I increase the time, and I can increase the frequency also. And I always go for oil massage with sun bath because that is like partial sunscreen.
And do you recommend the use of sunscreens in children otherwise?
No, never.
Dr. Deepak Bansal, would you like to come in? You have a number of comments lined up over here. Would you like to give your comment regarding Dr. Rawat's talk?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Inderji. So, Dr. Sushma, while being in PGI, we are groomed to accept only evidence-based medicine and evidence which comes out of trials.
Okay.
So, I cannot accept, this is not personal, but I cannot accept what you're telling in this forum unless you do randomized controlled trials and publish them.
Okay.
So my question to you would be, is all this anecdotal personal experience, or all this has been proven in well-controlled randomized trials wherein half the children would get vitamin D and half the children would get placebo? Because unless you do that, the world will not accept it. You may convince us by, by your positive talks and by your conviction. But if you want the world to believe it, it has to be a randomized controlled trial. Otherwise, it will not sustain for too long.
So there are already trials, RCTs published for everything. Like I gave reference for 15 RCTs done for depression. There is a lot of work on asthma, on epilepsy, on each subject, even on infertility. Lot of work done already. But the only thing which is different in my case is, I add lifestyle modifications to it, so I get better results. But it will be very difficult for me to publish because nobody will accept these lifestyle modifications from Ayurveda and naturopathy. And you talk of anything, vitamin D in asthma, thousands and thousands of research papers already published. You talk of depression, migraine, infertility, and autism, ADHD. Everything is published, lots and lots of paper. There is no dearth of RCTs or internationally published papers.
Right. I'm just wondering why it hasn't come in standard textbook recommendations, because randomly when I could do the PubMed search, there was some evidence that it is helpful, but there is nothing very conclusive. But anyway, it's good to know that you have such a strong conviction about this. Thank you.
Dr. Rawat, are you routinely using calcium supplementation whenever you use a very high dose of vitamin D?
I always go for natural calcium from diet, because the first toxicity is hypercalcemia, and I want calcium from diet. So I see that the diet is perfect, and from diet we will never get overdose of calcium. So I never supplement with calcium.
Would the diet give us that much calcium of say about 30 to 75 milligram per kg?
Yes, it does. And I am getting results for last 15 years. And I specifically avoid giving medicinal calcium. In fact, I specifically avoid all vitamins or minerals which are available in diet. All those things which are available in diet should go into our body through diet only. Why I am supplementing vitamin D? Because nobody can get so much of sun except few people to come to the normal level. Like I take sun bath just for 30 minutes, which is not enough.
And is a baseline vitamin D level recommended before you start this kind of a therapy?
Yes, always.
You do that always in all the children?
Always.
Any other questions? Just let me go through this list. People also want to know about the lifestyle modifications which you suggest.
Okay, so I'll tell you the 5 most important lifestyle modifications. One is, complete bowel evacuation. And this is a chapter which has to be understood very deeply. We just casually think that, yes, our bowels are clear. And that is the main root cause of majority of diseases. Second, sun bath. Third, a diet appropriate according to Ayurveda. I told you there are 3 states of Ayurveda. So all 3 have different types of diet. So diet which matches with your Ayurvedic state will help you a lot. Fourth is exercise, and fifth is emotional balance. See, emotions are, I consider, the fastest factors which change the interior milieu of our body. So there has to be emotional balance, complete bowel evacuation, sun bath, exercise, and a diet which is appropriate for my Ayurvedic state.
Another question, considering the compliance problems, is a daily dose of vitamin D better or a monthly dose is better?
Even oral dose works, like compliance is very good, because all patients understand as soon as they stop, children start getting infections as all other children get it. So they are, even if when I put on oral, the compliance is very, very good, because all the parents are observing the results. They are not getting antibiotics. They are not getting hospitalized. So they are very, very particular.
Are there any more questions? Anybody wants to ask any question which they have not put up on the chat box?
I wanted to know that in epilepsy patient, why 3 lakh dose was used? Why not 6 lakhs? That is what you usually taught.
Yes, very good question. Because the child was in Chennai. I'm in Indore. I asked the parents to go to Ayurvedic doctor and tell me what is that Ayurved state, Vat, Pitta, Kapha. The child was in Pitta. And in Chennai, the season is like very hot. See? And thirdly, I can repeat the 3 lakh dose. But I should have doctors there who can give 6 lakhs there. So a child who is in Pitta state, the weather is hot, I will never go for 6 lakhs.
But 6 lakhs is not going to produce a toxicity.
Beyond,
is it this dose based on Ayurveda principle, or because we have been traditionally trained in allopathy? I think all the audience also 6 lakh is the therapeutic dose.
Yes, but I cannot give in summer season. I have experienced that I have to switch to 3 lakhs or oral dose in summer season, and I can safely give 6 lakhs in winter season. That is my fixed norm.
And in the infant, you said what was the parathormone and calcium level at that time, and what was the mother's vitamin D level?
No, I did not do it.
Because recently we came across.
Yes, with this child, at that time I had no facility of vitamin D testing. This was a case some 15 years back. I could not do vitamin D level in this child also. But I got the results because there was no other way of letting the child go on the same path as his elder brother had gone.
And third, madam, most of the time, many parents bring a report of vitamin D level 3, 5, 6, and the clinically child is jumping with almost no sign of deficiency, clinical sign of deficiency. What is your experience?
Yes, this happens. And we have to train our eyes to see the muscle strength, the muscle mass. And secondly, when you supplement a child, and then you will know what are the differences. Suppose I started supplementing a child who was at 3 nanograms per ml from 1st March. And after like 4 months, and I see the difference from here and after 4 months. And then I realized, yes, these were the pitfalls in this child, which I could not see. It is only after you get those results, good results. Most important, the infection rate comes down. The antibiotic intake is almost 0. Hospitalization is almost 0. And very many things.
Ma'am, for routine children and adults, what are your recommendations for vitamin D? That is the people who do not have a deficiency, but of course would need
there are no
vitamin D
people who are not taking vitamin D, who are not taking sun bath, are vitamin D sufficient. There are no people like this.
No.
Everybody is vitamin D deficient unless proved otherwise. This is from Dr. M.F. Hollick, the biggest person in vitamin D researches. Unless we are taking supplements or sun bath. And I always advocate take half the dose from sun bath, half the dose from vitamin D. So the dose is 10,000 international units per day. Take 4,000 from sun bath, 6,000 from oral.
So for 4,000 from sun bath, how long would you need to sit in the sun? Are Indians who are dark skinned and not the recommendations?
It depends first on our tolerance. There is no meter in which I can tell you that this much time you will get this much IU of this much nanograms of vitamin D in your blood. But this depends on our tolerance. How long can I sit today in sun? And this gradually increases with my practice of sun bath. That is acclimatization.